Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, you're amazing. And today I've been waiting for so long to do this with you guys. We get to walk through some of the amazing statements from some of our House reps that were in the Judiciary Committee directly targeting Steve Dettlebach, the director of the ATF, around the killing of Brian Malinowski, the airport executive. The ATF kind of went over. Yeah, this is the stuff right here. Now, of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on if you are enjoying the humor, sarcasm, delivered in a friendly way with a smile. And with that said, Tim, are you ready for some Victoria Spartz? I love this woman.
Yeah, I love it when ATF and Dittlebum, get called before Congress and get harassed by representatives.
They deserve it. Bro, I've got 7 reps worth. I don't know if we're going to get through all of them in time, but I've got 7 reps worth just waiting and ready. You're going to love a lot of this. Well, what I'm going to show you right now, in my opinion, this is one of the rising stars in the 2A space in the House, okay? Because what I'm going to show you is the questioning they get 5 minutes each within the Judiciary Committee underneath Jim Jordan. This is I love it so much. All right, so without too much more build-up, Tim, let me show you number 6.
They're investigating the incident.
But it seems like it's like you have a roadmap and FBI not to answer questions. Everyone came here, and every question we ask, everything under investigation. It's very clever. You guys brilliant not to answer Congress because everything under investigation. And then when investigation ends, statute of limitation and over, no one gets punished, and you continue with this. And this has happened all the time. It seems like your agency should do better than that, investigate something over 3 years. It seems like you should get to some conclusion.
I love that so much. She called him out. She flat out called him out, dude. But how often, though? No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, he hates sitting there in the hot seat.
Oh, God, yes.
It's probably going through his mind is like, I wonder if she owns a gun. I think I'm going to dispatch a team to her house at 3 a.m.
We should do this.
No body cams and duct tape for the Ring doorbell. We're going to have a little fun.
Power.
Yeah, right? Anyway, go ahead.
10 cars full of agents.
Where's she from?
Teacher.
Where is she from?
She's close to you. I want to say it's Indiana. It's either Indiana or Iowa. I can't remember. It's one of those two. She calls out the BS that is everyone sees through. Because that's exactly what the DOJ, the ATF, the DEA, the Border Patrol, the Department of Homeland Security, they all do it. Well, Congressman, the people who have oversight over me, I can't really reply because that's under active investigation, and I don't want to influence the investigation, so I'll have to follow up with you. And then 5 years later, hey, we finally got that investigation, but the statute of limitations is over, so we can't be held accountable. But maybe next time. That's 100% the game.
I know. And it's so obvious. They don't even try to hide it anymore.
No,
they just do this stuff. No. And I guess this is more of a testament to the sad state of the American population, right? The fact that nobody is up in arms about these things, the fact that we just sit quietly and take this stuff on the chin, and nobody actually goes out and tries to affect any change. It's like, just typical politicians. What do you do? It's like the whole country is burning down around us right now. Our rights are being scorched left and right. And the American people are just like, meh. Come on.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I know, dude, but there's more. But I do love that she did call out their game. Like, no one else really calls out the game. They kind of just keep on going on their talking points and the quest for the clips. But she openly calls it, and I love that. But it's going to get better because this is number 7.
My question is related to these changes and your rule and definition, what is engage in business rule. Do you think criminals that want to do something criminal are going to read your 500 pages of definitions? Are they going to read your 500 pages of definition explanations?
I think that I don't know who will read it, but
do you think criminals will be doing that?
I think that it will also encourage, as I said at the beginning, hopefully increase compliance with the law among people who
so you understand that criminals are not going to be reading this, okay? But what is it going to do to law-abiding citizen like Brian Malinowski that potentially was just doing, selling these guns, and I don't know the whole circumstances, but he's dead because he was not probably realizing what you were doing in changes of this rule. So my question is for you is going to be, do you understand how dangerous your definitions have become?
Wow. It's so true. I mean, here's a guy, well-respected in his community, lived in a nice area in a gated community, was an airport executive, and They literally storm his house and gun him down. Now they're going to say, well, he fired first. And it's like, okay, so what are you going to do when agents come knocking, banging on your door, kicking your door down at the wee hours of the morning? You don't think you've done anything wrong. It's not like he's in there mixing meth in his bathtub, right? We've all sold guns at gun shows. We've all done that, right? We've given gifts to family members for Christmas and things like that, of firearms and accessories. So this guy's not thinking he's done anything wrong. Why would he? But little did he know, ATF silently, quietly in the background changed a rule that made him a felon, and now they just bust his door down. He thinks he's being, probably, we don't know because he's dead, as she pointed out. He probably thinks he's being attacked by criminals.
Like a home invasion.
Right, a home invasion, because he's in a community that should be safe. So this loud banging and ruckus outside, he's not expecting federal agents without body cams and electrical tape for his Ring doorbell to be kicking his front door in, and he dies. Now, they could have, and I've said this before, I could go down a whole rabbit hole here. It's like, why do these agencies do these things, right? Here's a guy that has no criminal history, that has done literally nothing really wrong, and so you think it's a good idea to go storming his house in the middle of the night or the wee hours of the morning, and that's how you could best effect an arrest, right?
Right.
Or how about you just pick the guy up on his way to the airport he goes to every morning because he's executive there and he's got his cup of coffee in his hand and his bagel and he's driving to the airport. You can just pull him over on a traffic stop and hey, nobody dies.
Right. No. And so you, first of all, you nailed most everything that you just said was so on over the target, on point. The interesting thing about this whole hearing, because this was a 4-hour hearing, I've just got the clips brought in, the ones that are pertinent. A lot of the reps were absolutely asking those exact same questions. They're like, you've observed pattern of life. Why were you doing this at 6 a.m. where you cut the power? You had 10 carloads full of agent. All the body cams were off of you, the ATF, and the Little Rock Police Department. Why did all of these things occur at the exact same time? Jim Jordan said it best, which we will cover. And he said, what were you hiding?
Right.
And that's an excellent question, because if you are purposefully disengaging body cams and you are purposely telling the police to disable body cams, it's 6 a.m., you've cut the power, you're raiding a house in complete darkness. I mean, it doesn't look good at all.
No, it looks like a hit squad.
It looks very, very poorly. Very, very poorly. But I think something that she said that was so powerful is, do you understand how dangerous your rules have become? The reason that is so powerful, and that could be a T-shirt, a state motto, like a motto, that could go places, because they have changed the existing laws by changing the definitions within rules, which is outside the confines of Congress, which is their own bureaucratic power, and people have ended up dead because of it. That's as simple as it is. It's such a great statement.
The SCOTUS cannot rule quick enough on Chevron, because this is how ATF is doing all this, and every other agency. But, you know, ATF has a history of doing these things. If you take a look at Waco, I remember where I was when all that started. And I remember that ATF they're getting their funding pulled and stuff like that. So they were trying to do some big media circus. So they had alerted the media outside of Waco that something big was about to happen. Send reporters out here. They were literally giving out blank video VHS tapes to the reporters in case they needed them, and getting them all staged so they could do this big raid on the Branch Davidians they expected no resistance from. They thought they're just going to roll in their heavy in cattle cars full of agents, guns a-blazing, and that they're going to have some big media circus, and they're going to say, look what your ATF is doing, saving the world. Didn't quite play out that way for them. And then women and children died. So the ATF has a long history of doing these things. Fast and Furious. We just go down the list of all their activities and what I would deem to be illegal activities. And it's good to see Congress hold them accountable to this degree, but it typically ends after the questioning. Nobody is ever put on trial. Dittlebum needs to face actual justice for this.
It kind of does. So this is where it gets interesting, because there's a twist here, Tim. So they were actually, the Democrats and the ATF director were blaming the fact that they didn't have body cameras on the fact that Republicans cut their funding by 7%.
Oh, there you go. It was Trump.
So it was actually, no, it was under the Biden administration. This was this year. So they're trying to blame the Republicans for the fact they don't have body cameras in their budget of $1.3 billion. They can't afford body cams.
Yeah, and the local police department, their body cameras just disappeared. They didn't have the money to replace them.
It's so weird. It's so weird how that all happens. But that's the whole point. It was all, well, we're being defunded and we're the victims here, and that's why this happened. It's like, shut up. But
Yeah.
she nailed this. I think she did great. And there's one more clip I want to share with you because, again, she nails them to the wall. This is number 8.
Respectfully, our definitions are based upon the
Do you
law that
understand that-
Congress passed, and it is based upon
Your
our observation and experience in the field.
Interpretation. So let's just go to
No.
your definitions. As a normal American,
It's based
I
upon-
understand your
It's
definition.
implementation. It's implementing Congress's law.
Okay, how are you going to implement? I want to understand. I am a gun owner, and I'm going to decide occasionally, say, guys, occasionally I can do maybe 100 times, maybe 5 times. You know what? I am not engaged predominantly a profit. You know, that I don't even have time to do a profit. So at which point, as a regular American citizen, so I understand that you are not going to cut off my electricity, show up to my house, and try to storm the house with a bunch of people that you don't even realize what's going on. So I can be in a situation like a lot of other Americans that not even realize that now you're redefining who the dealer is. So I want to get understanding. Summarize me understanding how I can explain to my constituent what it means now and how I am predominantly earn a profit in this. What is really definition of this?
Yeah.
That's the point.
I love, he's like, we're just implementing Congress's laws. No, you're rewriting them, sweetheart. You're just making up rules whole cloth. Like, well, okay, so, Congress established the dealer network. So we're just going to slide in here and say, if you sell one gun and make 1 cent profit from that sale, well, now you're dealing without a license. Hey, we're just implementing Congress's law. I can guarantee you that's not what Congress intended. And that's why Chevron deference has to go the way of the dodo. We need to get rid of it because Dittlebum and people like him take all these liberties to basically just come up with new laws. Keep in mind when they say, oh, you know what? The braces are fine for 10 years. Oh, you know what? I woke up this morning. They're not fine anymore. Now, all those millions of dollars in braces that were sold, you all got to turn them in. Sorry. It's what Congress told me to do. They came to me in my dream last night. It's like,
that's funny.
you cannot. It is so asinine that we even accept this. And look, it's not just the 2A community, folks. Do you like your car? Do you like whatever? All these bureaucracies are doing this. They're legislating through executive fiat. And when they change the rule, it sounds harmless enough, but the rule carries the weight of law. That rule change can mean, I don't know, 25 agents show up at 6 in the morning at your house with no body cameras, enough duct tape to tape up every doorbell you have on your house, kick your door in and shoot you and your family and your dog. It's all because Dittlebum woke up one morning and had an epiphany. Congress told me to do this. The voices in his head.
Oh, no. It wasn't the voices in his head, bro. It was the voices on his phone. let's just call that what
it's
it is.
Biden like, get this. Yeah, I know.
That was back when he was.
We need a
when
win.
he was able to say words.
There's an airport executive we can slaughter.
God, dude.
It's like, God.
Oh, it's so bad. Well, that's the first one I got for you.
Oh, is that it? Are we done?
No,
I thought we had 7 video clips.
No. I've got 7 individual clips of individual reps coming. But right now, that was just Victoria Spartz. What do you think of Rep Spartz? How do we feel about that? Pretty good performance, right?
Yeah, she's doing great. God bless her.
Yeah.
We need more reps like her. And she's a go-getter, man. She's a little firecracker. She wants to go out there and just come down on these people. And that's what we need. But again, folks, it's great seeing this circus, Congress doing these little investigations. But 99.999% of the time, they don't wind up with any changes coming about because of these investigations. And that's the part that drives me nuts. I love hearing her speak. I love her holding him accountable. But it's just a day of discomfort for old Dittlebum. He'll go right back to making rule changes tomorrow morning. So unless you got some other clip that's going to show I'm wrong.
Nope. That's it. Take us out. We got this thing.
We
with
are
the
done.
SCOTUS
Okay.
we're gonna hit. No, we're
All right.
done. Yeah, we got to hit the SCOTUS thing that just happened. It's gonna be great.
Oh, okay. I thought you had some clip from Jim Jordan. You're like, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, fine. We're not going to get to that in a minute. We'll get to that some other day. Thanks for watching Second Legacy. We'll talk to you guys soon.